Hello, my beautiful friends. I've missed you immensely. I'm so happy to be back. My baby girl is 2 weeks old today. Yes, we moved the call to be in the afternoon instead of the morning because nights are still a little crazy. And my family got back from Disneyland yesterday and all the things. So I was like, this morning, I was like, no, I don't feel up to leading a call, but I still want to see my people today. So that's why it was moved to this afternoon. And honestly, I want your opinion if you would prefer the afternoons instead of the mornings, because I know Monday mornings can be like crazy, crazy. So I did a poll just barely in our in our accountability group on Facebook, Powerful Beyond Measure Fight Club. So I would love, love, love for you to go vote on that poll if you haven't already, so that I can know, do you want to do Monday mornings? That's what we've been doing for the past however many months we've been having these calls, but maybe Monday afternoons is going to be the best thing ever. So I want to hear from you and hear what is up. And I totally forgot to pin my video. So let's pin my video. I apologize for that. So go vote on that poll if you haven't already. Okay, so diving into today's topic, I was listening to, it's called a general conference talk. But for those of you who do not happen to be the same religion as me, that's just another fancy word for devotional, right? I was listening to a devotional and oh my gosh, I like this talk that I was listening to, just like all the light bulbs, all the things. And I was like, I can relate this to like every single area of my life. And so I actually wanted to share it with you on this call today. So the talk was called Lift Where You Stand. And it's by, he's actually German, and his name is Dieter F. Uchtdorf. And he's like the cutest German old man ever. And he told a story that I like super loved. And so I just want to share it with you because just reading it is going to be so much more concise than me trying to abbreviate it, right? And I promise this does have to do with nutrition. Just give me a sec to get there, okay? So he says, some years ago in our meeting house of Germany, a group of brethren was asked to move a grand piano from the chapel to the adjoining cultural hall where it was needed for a musical event. None were professional movers, and the task of getting that gravity-friendly instrument through the chapel and into the cultural hall seemed nearly impossible. Everybody knew that this task required not only physical strength, but also careful coordination. There were plenty of ideas, but not one could keep the piano balanced correctly. They repositioned the brethren by strength, height, and age over and over again. Nothing worked. As they stood around the piano, uncertain of what to do next, a good friend of mine, Brother Lucian, spoke up. He said, "Brethren, stand close together and lift where you stand." It seemed too simple. Nevertheless, each lifted where he stood, and the piano rose from the ground and moved into the cultural hall as if on its own power. That was the answer to the challenge. They merely needed to stand close together and lift where they stood. And he goes on to talk about how this idea is so simple yet so profound. And I'll share a couple more quotes from this devotional as I continue to talk to you. But so many times in life, we forget to lift where we stand. And especially as women, it's so easy to look at other people and see their mistakes and their flaws and how we can help them and how it will help them and blah, blah, blah. I need to nitpick and fix the blah, 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 blah. But how often do we truly stop and lift where we stand? Exactly where we are, exactly as we are. And I just want you to like soak that in for 2 seconds. Okay. And like you, hopefully you're having this like big aha moment of like every area of life where it's like, okay, how many people am I nitpicking or trying to help or trying to improve, but I'm not truly lifting where I stand. And he goes on to talk about some want to lead and others want to hide. So let me read what he says. Although it may seem simple, lifting where we stand is a principle of power. Many people I know understand and live by this principle. They are eager to roll up their sleeves and go to work, whatever that work might be. They do all the things they're supposed to do. They stand close together and lift where they stand. However, there are those who sometimes struggle with this concept. And when they do, they seem to fall into one of two camps. Either they seek to lead or they seek to hide. They covet a crown or a cave. Those who seek to lead may feel they are capable of doing more than what they are currently asked to do. Some believe that their abilities far surpass where they are currently at in their life. Perhaps if they were in an important position of leadership, they would work hard at making a difference, but they wonder, what possible influence can I have at my current position that's not very significant or whatever, right? And that hit me hard. Because there are so many times in my life that, especially as a coach, I've been a coach for almost 5 years now, that I feel like I've earned the right to be farther along than I am because I've been a coach for 5 years and because blah, 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 whatever. But have I truly lifted where I stand? Have I turned to you guys and blessed your lives in ways that I can? Or am I comparing myself to others and trying to lift as they have or as they would, right? And it just really like putting on those blinders of, okay, what influence do I have in the position that I am currently in? And am I lifting where I stand? Or am I one of the reasons that the piano is not going anywhere? Right? And when it comes to, well, let me pause. Let me talk about the other people, okay? The people who maybe they're not seeking to lead, they're seeking to hide. Those who seek to hide may feel they are too busy. When something needs to be cleaned or when someone needs help or whatever, they always seem to have a ready excuse. Let's see. This is talking specifically about church stuff, so I'm trying to make it like applicable to all things. But he says, like, the Lord expects each of us to bless others with our talents and our influences. And oddly enough, often the root cause of both of these tendencies, seeking to lead and seeking to hide, may be the same: selfishness, right? And whether you're like me and you're seeking to lead because you feel you've earned the right, because you've been around for XYZ, whatever, you've been following the containers for XYZ, whatever, you've been following To Be Mindset for XYZ, whatever, you've been working out, doing this, doing that, but truly stopping, are you lifting where you stand? Do you know where you stand? Do you know where you're at currently? And are you doing your very best to lift where you're at? Or are you hoping and wishing that you were farther along than you are and you're frustrated that you're not? Or are you hiding and claiming to be too busy and all those things, so you're also not lifting where you stand, right? And when it comes to nutrition, there are so many times that I have like, okay, I've been following the container system for 5 years. I've been drinking Shakeology for 5 years. Like, I should have a 6-pack. I should be ripped, whatever. I should be, I should not have gained 45 pounds with each of my 3 pregnancies. But was I truly stopping? Did I know where I was? And was I truly lifting where I stood right then and there? And with this being like a spiritual whatever motivation behind this devotional, I want to share every first Sunday of the month in my church, we have what's called Fast Sunday. And as a little kid, I was like, oh, Fast Sunday, sweet. That means like it goes faster than every other Sunday. No, that's not what it means. Fast Sunday, it means like we abstain from food for 2 meals. And we give fast offerings every first Sunday of the month to our church to give to the needy in our area. And the money that we would have spent on those 2 meals for our family, we contribute to the church instead. And then the church takes that money and gives it away to people in our neighborhood, our area, that are in need of extra help, be it financially or food or whatever. And if there's really no one in the area, or they have an excess of money because of the things people contributed, then it goes out further. And okay, no one in our immediate area needs this extra money, so let's see if there's someone in a larger area that needs the money, or the larger area that needs the money. Okay, how about the whole state? Does anybody in the state need it? Okay, how about the country? Right? And it just like expands and expands and expands. And that's how our church is able to do so many like humanitarian projects and serve so many people, because of these things called fast offerings, right? And every fast Sunday, it always like, it never ceases to amaze me that like I can't fast. I can't abstain from 2 meals because I've been pregnant or nursing for the last 3.5 years of my life. And I can't abstain from food when I'm pregnant or nursing. So I always do a different sort of fast. And sometimes I abstain from sugar, and I try to do it all day long instead of just for 2 meals. Or I abstain from social media, or I abstain from my phone, or I abstain from something like that. But this last fast Sunday, I abstained from sugar all day long. And it was like so hard. It was like ridiculous how hard it was. Because I was like, I'm a health coach. Like, this should not be so hard. And I was like thinking all day long about sugar and how I wanted it. And so it was literally that day that I decided, okay, yeah, no, like I need to lift where I stand. And clearly I am standing in a pit of, I am addicted to sugar. Like, this is a problem and I need to fix it. And I need to lift where I stand, because currently I don't need to worry about following the containers and weighing in every day and watching a nutrition video and all these things that I check on my to-do list and I need to just stay away from sugar. And so that was the day that I decided, okay, I'm going to 21 days, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it for me. I'm not going to do it for anybody else. I'm going to do it for me, to prove to myself that I can, and that I'm not actually addicted to sugar, and that I can say no to candy and cakes and desserts and crap, really. And today is day 8, and I did it. My family was gone in Disneyland without me and Ellie for 4 days. And like, those times are like the times that I typically turn to food, because I'm like, comfort, foodness, all the things, like I deserve it, right? Because I'm here by myself. I deserve a treat. I deserve ice cream. I deserve candy, right? Whatever. I don't know if you fall into this too, but I didn't at all. And honestly, it wasn't even that hard, which I was like so surprised by myself, but I was so proud of myself too, because I feel like this came from a spiritual place. And I know not everyone that is watching this might be the same religion as me, or might be religious at all. But if you know me, you know that I believe in God. And you know that religion is a huge part of my life and a huge part of who I am. And whether you believe the same things that I do or not, I 100% believe that if you believe in God, or even if you don't, and you just believe in universal intelligence or a higher power of some sort, whether it's God or something else you don't know, I totally believe if you pause and take time to reflect about what you need to do to lift where you stand, the answer will come to you. And it might not be immediate, and it might take like a couple days, a couple hours, a couple minutes, a couple weeks, even depending on what your need is. But I totally 100% believe if you have faith and you ask with a real intent to believe and to receive that inspiration of what you need to do to lift your life to a higher level, lift your life to the next level, you will get the answer. And for you, maybe it will be, okay, I need to stay away from sugar. Or maybe it's, okay, I need to start watching a nutrition video every day. Or, okay, I need to push play on my freaking workout and stop making excuses. Or, okay, I need to up my weights because I've kind of been lazy and I need to lift where I stand so I can get stronger, right? Or I need to invest in this program or this different thing because I'm not being challenged currently and I know that that would take me to the next level. Or I want to sign up for a half marathon because I want to lift where I stand and I can cross train doing these and these and these things and I want to challenge myself and lift where I stand, right? Like whatever that is for you, there's no right or wrong. Maybe it has to do with nutrition. Maybe it has to do with fitness. Maybe it has to do with your family. Maybe it has to do with your spirituality. Maybe it has to do with your education. Maybe it has to do with your job. I don't know. But I truly, truly challenge you to pray about it, to reflect on it, to meditate over it, to whatever that word is for you. If you're not someone who prays, reflect on it and figure out what you can do to lift where you stand. And when we lift where we stand, the whole piano rises, right? And it's not just us doing our part, but it's everyone around us doing their parts too. And then the whole piano can rise. And whatever it is in your life, in your family, in your work, in your whatever that you feel inspired to lift, there will be blessings and benefits that happen as you lift where you stand, because your influence will bless others to lift where they stand as well. And everyone will come up to a higher level. Yeah. I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to say, but now I'm forgetting. So maybe it wasn't that important, but, that's basically all I had for today. I truly just want to invite you to lift where you stand and to reflect on how you can be better tomorrow than you were today and how you can improve. And oh, I remembered what I was going to say. I truly believe, like 100%, one of the reasons that I'm a coach is because, like I said, God is important to me. And I believe that He has asked me to share my light so that everybody else that I get to touch can find their light too. And this might make me emotional, but can find their light too and have the courage to share it with other people. Because I 100% believe that when we are addicted to sugar or food, or we look in the mirror and we just have negative self-talk constantly, that the devil is winning and we're not being the people that God sent us here to be. And when we reflect and when we lift where we stand, we truly can improve so that we can be the people that God sent us here to be, and that Satan won't win anymore. And you'll be able to share your light and bless everyone in your sphere of influence to be able to find their light and share theirs, right? And it's just this ripple effect of blessing, blessing, blessing all the people that I know, that you know, and then we can just be this light for everybody who we have the privilege of blessing. Yes. So I really encourage you to reflect so that you can know where you need to improve, so that you can lift where you stand, so that you can be the person that God sent you here to be, so that you can bless all the people in your life and they can have the courage to lift where they stand too. Okay, Laura said, yes, you give me the courage daily. Thank you for following God's plan for your life. It has blessed me. Laura, I love you, and I'm so glad. And Jordan said, yes, love this call. Such a great message. Love, love, love. And I freaking love both of you, like seriously, truly, immensely. And I'm so grateful for as cheesy as it sounds, I'm so grateful for Beachbody and for the nutrition programs, because they have blessed me to reflect on myself and to know what I need to improve and seek to improve it. And I'm grateful for this accountability because it has blessed me to constantly show up and to keep trying and to never give up and to eat less than I burn. And it's all the simple things, but it's the right things. And I truly believe that that Beachbody, oh my gosh, somebody's like calling me something. I don't even know what that, ignore. That was the weirdest noise ever. Someone was calling me on Facebook Messenger. But I truly believe that by like finding Beachbody and following these programs and really tuning into myself and how I can improve, it is helping me to become the person that God sent me here to be, because I'm overcoming so much negative fluff and really truly doing a lot of introspection and figuring out what I need to do to heal here so that I can bless here. Yeah. And that is why I'm here. That's why I'm a coach. And that's why I love these nutrition programs. And that's why I wanted to do this nutrition call, because I want to bless you and I want to help you find your light and share it with others. So if you're on the recording, I will see you later. Please make sure you vote on the poll that I just did on Powerful Beyond Measure Fight Club, because I want to know if Monday mornings are best for this call or if Monday afternoons are best, because I want to see your beautiful faces. So we can totally mix, match, change it up to know and do whatever is best and easiest for everybody else. Cool? If you're on the recording, I love you. I hope this was helpful. If you're on live, stay on live and we can chat for a little bit, and I will see you later.